Building Bridges by Andrea Davis Pinkey. At first Mama Lil said it plain and simple. No. Then, like always, she spoke her full mind. Baby, get that backwards idea out of your head. That grit work ain't no place for you. And besides, I ain't never heard of no girls be doing that. You need to be getting yourself a real summer job, something civilized. Mama Lil pushed her breakfast plate aside and took a final drag on her cigarette. And don't ask me again about signing that permission paper, I said. I ain't going to be the one that allows you to take part in such foolishness. I leaned back in my kitchen chair, my arms folded tight. The chair's vinyl stuck to my skin, taping itself into the place where my t-shirt scooped down my back. It was as if, like Mama Lil, that the chair wanted to hold me in its clutches. I'd been living with Mama Lil since I was 6, and my own mama and daddy were killed in an apartment building fire. Lillian Jones was my mom's mother. Everybody on our street called grandmother Mama Lil, and that's what I called her too. Mama Lil and I had been butting heads ever since I could remember, and the older I got, the more at odds we were. She thought I weighed too much and I dressed badly. I thought she smoked too much and overdid it with her fake gold chains. Time after time she'd ask me, how you ever gonna land a decent man with them chunky arms and those t-shirts that you put your navel on parade? No self-respecting 17-year-old should be letting it all hang out like that. But then, too, I had a sister-to-sister connection with Mama Lil that not many kids had with their grandmas. I was Mama Lil's only true family, and she was the only real parent I had. If I ever left her, she'd have nobody. And if she passed on, I'd be alone in the world. For weeks I'd been asking Mama Lil to let me join the youth renovation team. It was a group of kids that had been chosen by the city officials to work with engineers to help repair the Brooklyn Bridge. The project would last the summer and pay good money. It would help me get to college where I wanted to study engineering. But Mama Lil wasn't having it. To her, I was stooping to do a bunch of low-down mess work. Truth be told, Mama Lil was scared of something she didn't know. She hardly ever left our neighborhood in Brooklyn. To her, the Brooklyn Bridge was a mystery. And I think that deep down, Mama Lil was afraid something bad would happen to me, the same way it happened to Mama and Daddy. Also, Mama Lil couldn't read or write very well. I read most of her mail to her and helped her sign her checks. The 2-page consent form she had to sign giving me permission to work on the bridge project was a challenge to her pride. Then there was the fact that I would be the only girl working with the bridge crew. If God had meant you to do a man's work, he would have made you a man, she said. All the strikes stood against me, even getting to work on that bridge. But the biggest obstacle of all, the thing that made Mama Lil the most stubborn, was my dream of becoming an engineer. Mama Lil didn't fully understand what an engineer was. I tried to explain it to her. I'd show her my sketchbook full of drawings of city structures and machines, but Mama Lil didn't know any engineers. She'd never seen one at work. And to make matters worse, she'd asked her friends down at Rinley's beauty parlor about engineering. They convinced her that I was headed down the wrong path. Ain't no black woman doing no engineering, she said. Engineering, I corrected. In some respects, Mama Lil was right. It was true that there weren't many black women engineers. I knew from the get-go that if I hoped to become an engineer, my road ahead would be long, lonely, and hard. But I wanted to build bridges more than anything. A week passed, a week of Mama Lil and I not speaking about the bridge project or the permission form. It was due, signed by her, in 4 days. That's when the renovation was supposed to begin. On the Sunday night before the project was to start, Mama Lil did something that got me real mad. She brought home a summer job application from Rimley's beauty parlor. Baby, I went and done you a big favor, she said. Vernice Rimley needs somebody to sweep hair and clean the sinks. She can't pay you nothing to start, but you'd get a heap of training. By next summer, you'd be doing perms and manicures and getting tips on top of a regular salary. And you could even bring your paper tablet. You could draw during your breaks. Mama Lil put the application down on the coffee table. Baby, if you put your mind to it, you could be awfully good at doing hair. Give it a chance, child, she urged. My forehead and upper lip grew moist with the sweat that anger brings on. Mama Lil, I began. Look at me. But Mama Lil lit a cigarette. She inhaled, then closed her eyes to release the stream of smoke. I'm enjoying my cig, baby, she said. It tastes better with my eyes closed. I leaned in the doorway, my anger rising. Mama Lil, your eyes are always closed. Closed to seeing me, I said. I don't want to spend my summer sweeping hair. The bridge is where my heart is at, Mama Lil. She was doing her best to tune me out. Yeah, that's right, I said, my voice strained with her frustration. Trying to make me and my dreams disappear like your puffs of smoke. Mama Lil opened her eyes. They looked weary and her expression looked pained. She sighed. Baby, I'm an old woman. I don't have many of my own dreams to go after. Her voice trailed off to silence. Then her face softened. For the first time ever, I saw Mama Lil's eyes filled with regret. What little bit of dreaming I got left in me, she said, I'm putting to you. Mama Lil let out a heavy breath. Then she admitted what we'd both known all along. Your dreams are the kind that'll take you away from here, baby. They'll take you away from your Mama Lil. I shrugged. Mama Lil said, That's an upsetting truth, baby. It makes my heart hurt every time I think of it. Mama Lil I got to find my way, I said slowly. If that bridge renovation wasn't tapping on my soul, I'd go ahead and sweep hair down at Vinley's. For once, Mama Lil was looking into my face, hearing my words. Let me go, Mama Lil. Let me dream, I pleaded softly. Mama Lil sat still as a statue. I reached into my pockets to find the bridge project consent form. I unfolded it and set it in front of the coffee table next to the applications for Rimley's. Mama Lil, I said carefully, if you don't sign this, if you won't sign this, I'll sign it myself. I've been helping you sign checks and letters for years now. I can sign your name on this consent form. Nobody will know the difference. The next morning, I awoke to the smell of ham coming from the kitchen. My clock said 5:36, and the bridge renovation crew was scheduled to meet at 7. I threw on my t-shirt and jeans and grabbed my sketchbook. Hey, Mama Lil, I said, entering the kitchen. Mama Lil peered at me over the top of her narrow glasses she wore only for reading. Sit, baby, your ham's ready, she said. I shrugged and slid into my chair. The hands on the kitchen clock were setting on 6 o'clock. Mama Lil served both our plates. She sat down across from me and started eating. She was acting like it was any other morning. She chatted on about her late-night comedy show and the pigeons that nested on the ledge of her bedroom window. I was certain she'd done away with the consent form for the bridge project and was doing her best to ignore the whole thing. I ate in silence. I was wondering if the bridge crew leader would let me onto the project without the signed permission. I'd have to leave for the site soon if I wanted to get there on time. I finished my last bite of ham, then I said firmly, Mama Lil, I'm going to the bridge. I know, baby, she said. That's when Mama Lil reached into her pocket of her house dress and pulled out the consent form. You're gonna need this, she said, sliding the papers across the table. I unfolded the form, which had become worn and crumpled, but Mamma Lil hadn't signed it. It was the same as it had always been. Mamma Lil could see the upset pinching at my face. Now hold it, baby, she said. Don't be so quick to put on that down-in-the-mouth expression. But you didn't sign the form, Mamma Lil. Calm down, child. Mamma Lil's tone was solid. She said, You're jumping out of the gate too fast. The project's going to start without me, I snapped. Mamma Lil's eyes looked red-tired. I've been up most the night, baby, she said. I've been thinking, praying, and trying my best to read that permission paper. They sure got a whole bunch of words on that thing just to say I'm going to let you help fix a bridge. I could feel my whole body fill with relief. Mamma Lil said, I may not know how to read that good, but I do know that I ain't supposed to sign something I ain't fully read. Mamma Lil pushed her glasses up on her nose. They were with they were speckled with dots of grease that had sprung from the hot ham skillet. Will you help me read the permission paper, baby? She asked. Will you help me understand what it's saying to me? I slid my chair to Mamma Lil's side of the table. Together we read the consent form. When we were done, Mamma Lil took the pen from her house dress pocket. She held it awkwardly and signed the form with her crooked handwriting. She gave her signature a good looking over, and she folded the form and pressed it into my hand. Baby, that bridge is lucky to have you, she said. I hugged Mamma Lil good and hard, then I got up to go. I smiled big, right at her. Yeah, it is, I said.